Patrick Ho tells a China Story 5, the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI, a new model of connectivity. In 2013, Chinese President Xi Jinping put forward his strategic vision, known shortly as the Belt and Road Initiative, BRI. It is a new model of connectivity among peoples. However, connectivity is not merely about building roads and bridges, high-speed railroads, oil and gas pipelines, electric power lines, fiber optics, or making linear connection of different places on the surface. More importantly, it should be a three-dimensional combination of infrastructure, institutions, and people-to-people exchanges, and a five-way multifaceted progress in policy communication, infrastructure connectivity, trade link, capital flow, and understanding among peoples, and maybe even more, and should be so. What are the characteristics of this Belt and Road Initiative? Looking back in history, we can learn from the ancient Silk Roads that there were three. Firstly, people to people is the heart of the new Silk Roads. Perhaps people is the most central element. Why is this new initiative for regional cooperation named as the Belt and Road Initiative instead of the group and plan like a G7 or the Marshall Plan? The answer is people. This initiative is not just a government-to-government platform, but people-to-people exchanges. True, the process is underpinned by government bodies, but the materialization of this grand vision revolves around people. And it was the many ordinary people across the continent that actually connected the East and the West by interactions, exchanges, and trade. Diasporas in the neighboring countries could all be mobilized to forge steadfast bonding with the people of all countries. Secondly, goodwill is the spirit of the new Silk Roads. The second characteristic of this new model of connectivity is goodwill. This initiative is open to all countries and peoples interested in being connected for mutual development, regardless of their forms of government, cultural and religious backgrounds, or geographic location. Common development was once the superglue that bonded different countries along the ancient Silk Roads together, and equal footage is what made this win-win situation possible. Christians, Muslims, Buddhists, black, white, yellow peoples were benefited equally from trade and exchanges along the Silk Roads. Western media often refer to the recent rise of China as threats. Indeed, in the last 5,000 years, the Chinese has recorded at least 4 periods of prosperity, 4 peaceful rises without colonies or threats. Whereas Julius Caesar said, "I came, I saw, I conquered," the Chinese said, "I came, I saw, I made friends, and I went home." Not one battle was fought, not one colony seized, and nobody was enslaved. So the new initiative should not be construed as China's ambition to become a regional hegemon, but China's reaching out, offering friendship and peace. More accurately, it is about China's bringing in. Motivated by goodwill, China is inviting peoples and countries along the Silk Roads to build a community of shared interests and common destiny, a community in which no one is left behind, and no one has to take second place. We all have different pasts, but we also have a common future to face. Thirdly, unlimited potential is the vision of the new Silk Roads. Yes, the overall vision of the Belt and Road Initiative is expected to bring about shared economic, cultural, and social prosperity. But unlike other regional cooperation projects which have a fixed policy agenda and set mechanism, the Belt and Road Initiative is but a grand vision, providing ample and infinite room for creative solutions and possibilities. It is more ambitious and far-sighted, and at the same time more flexible, accommodating, and adaptable to new conditions and challenges than the ancient Silk Roads. It provides an overarching theme and umbrella under which all sorts of cooperation can be made possible. Simply put, the Belt and Road Initiative is neither about seeking for spheres of influence nor striving for hegemony. It is about connecting countries and peoples, accommodating differences, embracing diversities, realizing potentials, and enabling various goals and prospects. However, mutual understanding is the most difficult task in international cooperation. In fact, it might take hundreds of years for the West to understand what constitutes China and Chineseness. In recent past, starting in the 15th century, the West has knocked on the ancient door of China for at least 3 times. In recent history, the first ever attempt by the West to understand and open up China began in the Yuan dynasty with Marco Polo, and then in late Ming dynasties, during which Jesuit priests Matteo Ricci and Joachim Bouvet visited China. The second knock came in 1840, when Britain invaded China and launched the First Opium War. China's doors were pried ajar against her will. The third knock on the door of China came in the midst of the Cold War in 1972, when Richard Nixon from the United States visited China, offering an olive branch to China to integrate into the global economic system of the era. For more than 100 years after being brought to its knees at gunpoint by the West, China has awakened, realizing that it had to catch up with the Western world. When Deng Xiaoping came into power, with rapid economic advancement, China moved towards a moderately well-off society. Looking back in recent history, China has also knocked on the door of the West at least twice. In the Han Dynasty 2,000 years ago, the first Silk Road on land by Zhang Qian, offering trade and peace. And in the 15th century, the second Silk Road at sea, championed by Zheng He, bringing trades and peace. The 21st century will see us embarking on this new Silk Road, the third one. The grand vision of the Belt and Road Initiative is the third knock on the door of the West. Indeed, it is a loud bang on our neighbors' doors. The two previous Silk Roads traded tea, silk, spices, exotic fruits, jewelry, and gold. This 21st century Silk Road trades for, apart from creative ideas, views and perspectives, traditions and legacies. It trades values. It exchanges kindness. It offers peace. This modern Silk Road travels neither by sea nor on land, nor goes from one place to another, but travels through the inner workings of the human minds and the human hearts, driven by a desire to captivate the advantages of peaceful competition in this globalized world. The Silk Road teaches us to learn with mutual respect that despite our different backgrounds and upbringings, there are some fundamental values we all hold dear, some basic principles we all respect, and certain core understanding we all embrace. This Silk Road sees citizens of different cities and countries sharing common aspirations and inviting one another into their dreams, that life is celebrated through peaceful pursuits, and our people are enchanted by friendship, enlightened by cultural differences, and enriched by social diversity. Finally, the Belt and Road Initiative is all about the building dreams and realizing dreams. This dream is not only the dream of 1.4 billion Chinese over 5,000 years, it is also a world dream. The Belt and Road Initiative is a bridge connecting a China dream to a world dream. It is a dream of peace under heaven and the world as one. This dream belongs to all of us. It belongs to you and to me.